Thank you for staying with us. My next guest is a comic in the Huntington region. Please give it up for comic Mike Jones. There he is, Mike. Thanks for coming on.
How you doing?
Not bad. Wait, look.
Those aren't normally in West Virginia.
What, that?
That kind of looking girl. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's, you know, we try to get all types of people. You know, we get all these requests and emails, and you know, we ask them to send the pictures along with, and you know, we're really selective on who we pick. And well, we got a good one tonight. I think you're here on a good night.
Yeah, I want you to know I saw the Mothman too. He was at a keg party on Saturday.
Really?
He is real.
He's real?
Yes, he is.
How old is this Mothman?
He was old enough to drink.
Good answer. Good answer. Hey, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
Just a couple years. You know, it's kind of hard. You got to start out a couple months every now and then you work your way up to every weekend.
Now, do you travel?
Not too far. I don't, you know, I pay for my own gas, so I don't travel too far.
Do you ever take your bike and just, you know, show up people's doors and start knocking and say, hey, I got some jokes for you?
Nah.
No, you don't. Maybe you should.
I might. It's some practice.
What kind of comedy do you try to do?
A lot of stand-up. You know, when you're in college, everybody has a story. Like, who doesn't have a story? So you go to Taco Bell at 2 in the morning, or you go to class. A lot of my stuff, I just walk to class, and it's funny, just people don't get up on stage to talk about it. That's what I try and do.
Do you see a lot of college students being comedians now? I mean, what do you see?
There's about 5 in the Huntington area, and it's not big for comedy. If you went to a bigger city, I'm sure there's tons of people, but Huntington's not the biggest place for comedy.
Now, what kind of... it's always hard to write comedy. Do you ever find yourself on stage just, okay, this isn't working out? Kind of like this show right now. Just you know, just sitting there going, man, I gotta get something rolling. I mean, talk about the experience on stage. I
try and always have like a fallback joke. If something's just not going right, just drop it. It's kind of funny if you can admit that it's not funny, or if there's not a lot of people in the crowd, or the crowd's really old. I'm young, and when it's an older crowd, some of them don't get it, and you got to try and find something that they'll get and work with them.
Have you ever been in that situation where you're up on stage doing your material and all of a sudden, you know, people just, the audience members just give you a hard time, not so much booing, but, you know, maybe throwing tomatoes and the cliches?
No, I've never had that. One time I had an old man that didn't agree with the joke, so I kind of slid to the other side of the joke, or the stage, and started talking to some girls right there, and then went back into my material. Yeah.
I don't know, what kind of people do you like to have in your audience?
I like the younger college crowd. The Funny Bone tries to get college kids out. There's not a lot to do in Huntington, and so on a Friday night, if you're 18 and up, you can come at 10 o'clock. It's a great atmosphere. It's a really good time. And
the Funny Bone, you know, not just here in Huntington, but there's ones all over, you know, the eastern seaboard.
Yes.
If you get on with them, can you travel to those and you know, give your material to those people?
I'm riding this wave. I'm trying not to put all my eggs in one basket, so that's why I'm still in school. But if it happens, it happens.
Now, do you see yourself doing that as a career, or just kind of on the side?
Oh, I can see it as a career. All these actors and actresses that can't handle the pressure, I'll try it.
You can handle the pressure?
I can handle it.
If not, you can come back and open the door for us.
That's right.
Yeah, it wouldn't look as good as Jessica over there. Well, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I can be man pretty.
Yeah. You wouldn't wear a dress, would you?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either. Now, if you're ever on stage and something just blows up, you know, and you say something, the whole audience just explodes, do you dwell on that? Do you keep going back to that over and over, or do you kind of move on? I mean, how do you feel your audience?
You can hear people laughing. You can't see people, but you can hear people. So when you hear the laughter, you know, who likes it, who doesn't. If one side is feeling you a little more, maybe you could walk over there for a few minutes, finish the joke out, and then come back over to the other side. It's, I don't know, you just kind of get used to it.
And stand-up comedy isn't what you see on, you know, on big, you know, HBO specials and things like that. Sometimes it's just a small group, right? Maybe 20, 25 people, 30 people. You know, you're not working this big arena. No. Would you ever want to do something, you know, large scale, where there's, you know, hundreds of people, thousands of people?
Yeah, a small goal. You know, HBO is not too hard to get on now, and I would like to see myself on HBO in the future. That'd be really nice.
Now, would you be that Gallagher type of comedian, smashing things, or Carrot Top, the prop comic? What kind of comedian would you be?
I just kind of like to stand up there and do it. Improv would be kind of fun. When I started getting into comedy, it was movies. I was always watching like Jim Carrey and Chris Farley, and I just always wanted to do that. And then the opportunity came for stand-up, and that's when I moved to it.
Do you think this area, you were talking about it earlier, we have a comedy club now. What about an improv club? I mean, they pop up all over, you know, bigger cities. Do you think Huntington needs something like that?
Maybe in the future. Let it grow a little more. right now it's still kind of small. You know, they're still struggling to get people to come out every now and then. But in the future, I can see it growing into that.
How many people have you performed in front of at the comedy clubs?
The Funny Bone, I think, maxes out at about 200. So not quite that many, down to like 4 people. So
it's anything.
Yeah,
it's anything.
You just got to take it night by night.
Cool. Is there anywhere we can see you coming up or anything like that?
You just got to check the Funny Bone website every now and then. They have like a struggling comics charity event. You can get guest spots on Sunday, but just come out anytime.
Cool. Mike, thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you.
Mike Jones, everybody. Stay with us. We'll be right back.